We welcome you into beautiful Doug Kingsmore Stadium on the campus of Clemson University, where tonight, a Tuesday night Palmetto State showdown featuring the host Clemson Tigers and the USC Upstate Spartans from Spartanburg. Hi, everybody. Alongside Tom Reginas, I'm William Quackenbush. Thanks for joining us today. Coach, this is a big opportunity for both teams to turn things around after tough weekends.
Absolutely. You know, coming off the weekend with Upstate, they lost 3 to Winthrop by a total of 4 runs. They were in every one of those games. They just couldn't get over the hump. And then you had the Tigers. They lost 2 out of 3 to Virginia. This is one of the games that you got to get right? You got to get over the hump.
And both these teams trying to get over the hump with the big bats in the middle of the lineup. Let's take a look at the USC Upstate Spartans big bat, Henry Zener.
Yeah, he has, for the second consecutive year, 20 multi-hit games. He's leading the Big South in hits, and he's 21st in the country in total hits.
Somebody to watch for the Spartans. On the other side, Nate Savoy. He was the straw that stirs the drink for the Tigers in the leadoff spot this weekend. He's back up there tonight.
Yeah, he's their go-to guy, hitting .341 with 13 home runs, 56 hits, 44 RBIs, leading the club in a whole bunch of different categories, but he's their go-to guy.
Talon Bell getting the start for Clemson today. The lefty sophomore has been using a couple of different roles and back in a starting role for the first time since March the 8th tonight.
Well, and also a two-way guy tonight. And you don't see that a lot in college baseball. It takes a special athlete, but Talon Bell is going to be 88-91. He's going to touch a 93. You got a two-seamer, 88-90, a cutter, 84-86, with a change, 84-85. But I think this is a big outing for him. You know, he needs to get back out there to help the pitching staff of the Tigers. I think it's a big start for him.
Facing a righty-heavy lineup for the Spartans, particularly here at the top. They've got a switch hitter, Trey Bentley, leading things off. Really, it's more of a mix. Just the first thing that Bell sees going to be from the right side all around, a 7:02 first pitch.
Yeah, Trey Bentley's going to start this off 291, 110 at-bats. He has a 21-game on-base streak right in the middle of.
Guy who's tough to get out. He will strike out a little, but he's hitting 291. Again, 22 walks on the season. 32 hits, 19 singles. And that's where Bell's fastball needs to live if it's going to be effective.
I was just going to say that's exactly where he needs to be. That's a really good 2-0 pitch. It's not right down the middle. It's just we're on the outer half. Really good-looking pitch to start the game.
That ball's belted right field. That's going to carry pretty well early in the night, and a nice running catch by Jack Crichton.
Yeah, it's a good piece of hitting right there. He's in a hitter's count right there. Got a fastball a little bit up and did a nice job taking it to right center field.
Crichton fighting that sun up toward the base of that terrace. Out number 1. We talked about Bell. As you see, Malloy Haney, the sophomore, standing in there.
Yeah, Malloy, he has power all fields. Elite shortstop for the Spartans right now, but just his glove really plays with the power he has.
Hageney, 298. 5 home runs, 37 RBIs. We talked about the top of this lineup, really good. A young top of the lineup. Freshman, sophomore. 5 of the last 6 are seniors in this lineup. So you see there, they like the young core. They're trying to lean on that experience to try to get some of these young players over the hump just in time for the stretch run.
You know, I think that's really important too, because a lot of times when you see these young players this time of year, a lot of them will be hitting that wall, right? They're not used to it, but you keep on getting them out there, playing them every day, and I think it's going to pay off for them, especially this year and then going into the future.
It's a proud program in Spartanburg, no question.
Especially over the last 4 to 5 years, they've had a lot of success, especially in the Big South.
Good spot, the breaking ball froze him.
A little backdoor breaking ball right there.
It's worth another look from Talon Bell. No question, he's got multiple pitches he's operating in the strike zone with in the early going of this game.
I think that's a big part too. You see he's in the strike zone, pitching to contact. Those are things that you want to see early on.
To strike right on the edge.
Because it is an elite arm. It's a very elite arm. What a great athlete he is from the left side.
Tyler Lang, really good hitter. Again, another one of these guys that continues to impress game after game after game.
The coaching staff really likes Tyler Lang too. Just a leader, great eye-hand coordination. His bat-to-ball skills are outstanding.
A little bit tall from Bell. 2-1 the count.
He's in a good hitter's count right now.
There's that backdoor breaking ball. Again, he feels comfortable with that pitch.
I think he's got a feel for that tonight. And I think that's against those right-handers. If he has that feel of the backdoor breaking ball, that's going to be a positive for him tonight.
Talon Bell, known as a fiery competitor. He lost that one. It's 3-2.
Tried to overthrow that ball a little bit right there. Try to do too much, and sometimes you see that when they try to make the perfect pitch right there.
Johnny Sweeney's on deck. You saw the highlight there. I'm telling you about the lineup. Head coach is his older brother.
Yeah.
He's going to bat here with a man on base as Bell walks Lang with 2 outs.
He was all everything last year. Had an outstanding year last year. This year's been a little bit of injuries here and there, but still just a guy that has done it for a long time in this program.
There's a look at the 2 brothers. You're talking about a guy who was on every watch list imaginable. Johnny Sweeney, his season last year was off the charts.
Yeah, I think he from postseason awards, from everywhere from the Big South to All-American, he made most of those teams.
And I tell you what, that might be one of the reasons he's now been hit 16 times. You do not want him to extend his arms.
And you want to try to stay away from 2-out walks. 2-out walks will get you. Let's make sure.
And Jimmy Bellinger is going to come out and have a conversation. Now, here's the deal with Talon Bell, okay? You've seen the ERA numbers are north of 9. Sometimes that can be a product of, 1 or 2 really bad outings. But Bell consistently has been giving up multiple runs. In his 10 appearances this year, a lot of those coming from multiple innings, he's given up 2 or more earned runs. So this is a guy that desperately needs to find a way here to hang a 0.
Yeah, I agree. And I think they also see sometimes the command may go on him a little bit, 10 walks in 19 innings. So that's exactly why Jimmy's going out there, just trying to settle things down right here. Pitch to contact, let your defense play behind you right there.
Quick word from Coach Bellinger. Here's Henry Zener. Talked about his impact.
Yeah, one of their go-to guys. He has 20 multi-hit games for the 2nd consecutive year. And like I said, he's leading the Big South in hits.
Pretty consistent. You look at the numbers here. He's hitting 400 with 2 outs and 323 with runners in scoring position.
That just means he heightens his concentration in big situations.
Now here's something interesting to note with Bell. He was living on that outside corner to right-handers early in the inning. He tries to throw to that same corner and misses arm side and hits Sweeney. Can he work away with that breaking ball to Zener here?
Well, that pitch right there, he got a front door breaking ball right there. So I think that's a good sign right there coming back.
Tried to paint the corner and missed. It's 2-1.
You just don't want to be too fine right here. Let your defense play behind you. Good things happen.
Zener started 33 games in center field. He's making his 9th start in right tonight. This is a flare. Can somebody make a play? It's Lichtenberger.
That's a really good play. Good communication right there. Really good communication.
2 stranded, and the Spartans half. It's the Tigers' turn in the 1st in a moment. First thing for the Spartans, interesting approach from Coach Sweeney and the Spartans tonight. You never know with a midweek game what teams are bringing in. It feels like more of an all-hands-on-deck situation here for USC Upstate.
It does, but I think talking with Kane, Coach Sweeney, I think they're going to let him go as long as he can. And I think Reese Hemmerling, you know, they have a lot of confidence in him. And as a coach, you love these type of guys that you can use them all different ways. You can use them in the bullpen, long, short, start him. He's a strike thrower. 87, 89, very comfortable, touch of 91 here and there. Cutter, 79, 82, slider. He's a 5-pitch mix, which you don't see that often, but he's got 5 pitches, which all around anywhere from 2,700 to 33,000 RPM. So that's a pretty good spin rate when you're talking all 5 pitches.
Yeah, no doubt. And this is a guy who really has been exclusively out of the bullpen. He has started 3 straight appearances, including 5 innings at the College of Charleston a week ago. So he's being built up for potentially going a little bit deeper in a start like this.
No question. And I think that's what I said. Being a coach, you love guys like that. You can use them all different ways. And I think with 4 weekends left, try and get him back in the rotation, trying to build him up tonight.
Formerly of Barton Community College, primarily a starter there, spent the last 2 years with the Spartans. Here's the Clemson lineup he's facing. How about Jacob Jarrell? The longest hit streak of his career is active, and he's right in the heart of the order to keep that going and sort of move that lineup along for Eric Baggage's club.
And that's what you need. You need a guy like Jarrell right now. He's hitting 277, and he got 15 home runs. So it gives you a little pop in the middle of the lineup that you need. That can run. You can run a ball out here at any point in time.
Let's not just overlook the 9-man down there. Talon Bell getting his first career plate appearance if things go right in the 9 spot. I've been rooting for that for weeks now. There's a pitch inside to Nate Savoy as the Tigers' half of the first is underway.
And you really don't see that a lot anymore in college baseball. You know, over the years, you know, the Tigers have had a few, especially the years I always hear Will Lamb, DJ Mitchell, 2 to come to my mind right there.
Savoy rips one in the gap. That's going to get down, and Nate Savoy is out like a rocket. No throw to second base. The cut will be toward third. That's the 11th double of the season for Savoy.
That's a good start right there. It's a good start. Ball was elevated a little bit, and he hit it right in the gap. And right out of the box, he was thinking too.
You know, Eric Baggage, they've struggled a little bit to make runs. They've not really struggled to get on base. They've hit it okay. You put your best hitter at the top of the lineup and see what happens when you've kind of exhausted some other avenues, and doggone it, Savoy continues to deliver.
Well, there's no doubt. Eric's going to push all the right buttons. He's pushing all the right buttons tonight, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to get his team jump-started.
Here's a look at Tristan McClatty. What a story. Savoy, by the way, 6-game hit streak in his own right. McClatty, you see the special helmet. He was hit in the face by a pitch back on April the 5th at Stanford. The next day, he's in the dugout at Santa Clara, but he can't fly back because they're still working on his face with his sinus and all that. So he couldn't fly back until the middle of the next weekend series against North Carolina. He's back in the lineup 9 days after being hit in the face.
There's some toughness right there. That's some toughness, and that's what a lot of your typical fans may not know is what these kids go through, how tough they have to be, how tough it is to play college baseball, and that's definitely some toughness right there.
McClatty just 1 for 14 since he came back, but he scored 3 times and driven in a run. Right now, his job really, worst case, just move that runner over.
Yeah, I think right there, but that's also getting used to using that face mask, right? They're not used to using that. Now he's using it, he's got something on his face, so it's going to take him a while to get back into it. We always say baseball is a game of repetition.
That ball's rocketed foul, got a 88-mile-an-hour pitch in on his hands.
And that's what he needs to do right there. Try to hit something to the right side, just move the runner over and maybe try to score one early.
Bit of a pull shift for him. Big 3-2 pitch coming and just missed away. Hemmerling didn't miss by much.
That's a good take right there. That's a good take right there.
Walk issued to McClatty. The 23rd he's taken this year. That leads the Tigers.
That's a good job. First and second right now, no outs in your middle of the order coming up right here. You know, now we need to get something in the gap by Gaffney.
Yeah, Gaffney strides in. Luke Gaffney continues to produce, the average hovering right around 300. He is a low strikeout guy. 13 strikeouts and 145 at-bats.
That's outstanding. That's in a good situation, too, when you have first and second. You're going to make contact right here.
Big contact from Gaffney. Sayonara. He knew he got it good as soon as he hit it. That ball was out of here right now as Gaffney delivers his 6th home run and gives Clemson 3 on the board.
That's a really good swing right there. He knew it right off the bat, too. He watched that one a little bit. I think I'd watch that one, too, if I hit one that far.
I'm going to talk about a player development story. Last year, this is a double play grounder. He crushed that ball.
A little bit of a hanging breaking ball in the middle of the plate, and he just deposited it in left field. I think he hit that out of the stadium.
I think he did.
I think he hit that one out of the stadium.
That is way out of here, and a good start for Clemson. Double, the tough walk, and then the home run, and now the power. The leader in home runs, Jacob Jarrell, with 15. We talked about he's got 10 straight games with a hit.
Well, I tell you, this is what the team needed to, right? You had a tough weekend. First inning back, you scored 3 runs. Now you're starting to feel yourself a little bit and hopefully get some great momentum going into this game. And more than anything else, confidence, right? This game is all about confidence.
You see the numbers for Jarrell, OPS over 1,000. He goes liftoff, deep to left, and it's caught at the wall. Lucas with a heck of a play robs extra bases. First out of the game was adventurous.
Well, that's a tough play, right? We all know about the outfield here at Tiger Field right there. It's tough right there going up there, and did a really good job getting to the fence.
Right in front of Bill Wilhelm's number. Snagged it. Here's Jason Foltz Jr. He's looking to get in on the action. But when you see 2 guys barrel balls up like that, especially you're a right-hand hitter too, you're looking for yours.
Yes, they are. And he's left some balls in the middle of the plate right now, and they're not missing them.
Foltz is well behind. 284 batter. Strikeout a little bit. He's also drawn 19 walks, which is amazing. That's 3rd most on the team. He's only got 74 official at-bats.
Yeah, that's really good right there. His eyes right there, and you can tell right there, that take right there. 2 good takes right there. Hemmerling's trying to nibble a little bit right now when he was 0 for 2. Now he's got back to 2-2.
Popped up. Foul ground. Not enough room for Waters. That'll be a souvenir. Nice catch on the carom in the first row.
It's good to see a lot of aggressive swings right now, too.
Let's remember the Jay Dillard clan over there. I guess good fieldings in the James.
Here we go.
2-2 again to count to Foltz. Hemmerling really could use some weak contact here. He may have gotten it. Lazy fly to left center. Bentley makes the play, 2 away.
Just got under that ball just a little bit, but it was a good pass right there. It was a really good pass.
So a loud out and a quiet out after the 3-run homer. Here's Jack Crichton. We were talking about Crichton before we went on air today. The guy's just steady. Does what he does all the time. He's hitting .308, a lot of singles.
Use the middle of the field, gap to gap. Just one of those players that's great for the program. right? And I think that's really, really important, right? Just can put him anywhere in the lineup, can play him multiple positions.
That's a really good breaking ball from Himmerling. Crichton, a couple of offers, a rare quiet weekend at Virginia. Got a day off against Charlotte. He's just 1 for his last 12, make it 13 as he's down on strikes. But the 3-run homer from Gaffney puts Clemson in front. Right from winter to summer, and you get about 3 weeks of fall, and it's right back to winter. 72 degrees tonight. The high today 75. It's going to be in the 60s even when a game's over. Just a great night to be at the ballpark, and a lot of folks are taking full advantage as the season starts to wind down. You don't get this many opportunities for a beautiful night. Look at that, 72. Light breeze, a little bit of cloud cover. I mean, that's beautiful.
Almost like early fall. I think we're back in September, maybe.
I'm telling you, it's the 3 weeks.
That's it.
The 3 weeks of fall that we get. Great. Jake Armsy takes up high from Talon Bell. A 20-pitch first inning for Bell. Good news for him. He worked around the walk and the hit by pitch with 2 outs.
He just needs to keep the ball in the zone. Keep the ball in the zone, have soft contact, let your defense play behind you.
Grounded, fair, down toward the corner. Armsy's cruising around first. And a little bit of a trouble for Savoy. Out there in the corner, that made it really easy for Armsy to be a leadoff base runner at second base. Here's a look at it.
Yeah, ball right down the line, and it just hugs the line all the way down, and the ball keeps on going around a little bit.
Armsy's 9th double of the year off Savoy. Or excuse me, bothered Savoy off of Bell. There's a look at Savoy. Catcher, left fielder for the Tigers. Now Alex Ritzer, first time we've seen him today.
He's in the middle of an 8-game hit streak right now. He's got a pretty good slash number these last 8 games.
In the air, Clavon couldn't get behind it, but a strong throw in. Keeps the runner from tagging and advancing, and a 1-pitch out for Ritzer.
That's what we needed right there.
Yeah, not what you wanted if you're Ritzer.
No.
In that situation, trying to move a runner. He did the job hitting to the right side, but couldn't get him over.
And I'm sure that's something the upstate coaches work on every day.
Now another right-hand bat, Wiley Waters, .312 hitter. The batting averages here in the bottom of this order, quite good. The bottom 5, 330, 308, 347, 312, and then you get 257 with Preston Lucas, who's on deck.
Yeah, that's nice to have when you're bottom of the order. You're getting production from your 1 through 9. That's a productive lineup right there.
Kane Sweeney, the second-year head coach. There you see him. Been on staff now for 7 years. Played at Morehead State. A quick rise in the coaching industry. Clean hop for Lichtenberger.
Yeah, he's done a really good job here as an assistant, now taking over the program. His second year as a head coach, and was an assistant here for Mike McGuire for 5 years. So he's done a nice job, and he really likes his team too, right? He thinks this is the most talent he's had since he's been here as a coach. So that says a lot.
There's Preston Lucas, lefty-lefty matchup. Lucas with 18 RBIs. Love to have 19 at the end of this at bat.
Yeah, they're staying aggressive. Upstate is being aggressive in that early fastballs right now, and that's going to bode well for Talon.
So look at the infield. That middle is wide open. Second baseman McClatty way out on the grass. That heat map must be heavily toward the very right side of the infield, as that one almost hit him.
Yeah, that's what those spray charts are telling them right now. And I think we talked about this last week. That's a tough play, too, for the second baseman to field the ball in short right field.
Lucas, a senior from Glendale Community College, originally from Phoenix.
That was a good take right there on the 1-1 breaking ball.
Clemson did a very good job over the weekend of limiting Virginia's opportunities with runners in scoring position. Tigers lost the series, but not because of clutch hitting on Virginia's part. They were just 3 for 19 with runners in scoring position.
No, you're making pitches when you need to make them then right there.
Like that one from Bell, got a hack. Leadoff man Bentley's on deck. You'd rather not use this open base. And that's going to beat the shift and get under the glove of Lichtenberger. They're going to send the runner. And no throw as the Spartans answer back with a run. That's about as seeing eye as it gets, TR.
That's hit them where they ain't right there. And that goes back to sometimes with when you do have the scouting reports and the spray charts and you're shifting, sometimes it does backfire on you.
Those scouting reports change based on the count. They moved Lichtenberger. It feels like if he's where he was the pitch before, maybe he makes the play.
Yeah, and that's why I always say it's a love-hate relationship with him. And then they turn the lineup over right here, and that's exactly what Lucas is trying to do, turn it over.
We're going to talk a lot about vibes in this game. Both these teams really need good vibes coming off the weekends and coming off of where their seasons are relative to where they expected them to be or where they think they should be. And that's a vibesy play right there to get your 9-man and RBI that sneaks through.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This is a vibe game. Both of them come off tough weekends. You know, getting back out here practicing on Monday, it's not easy. It's not easy whatsoever. But that's what they want, is good vibes for today. Make something positive happen. When you leave the ballpark today, feel positive.
Bell's fastball missed by much. Second time through for Talon Bell. See how he navigates it. There's that backdoor breaking ball. I think that's been his best pitch so far.
Yeah, I think he's got a feel for that tonight. And that's a good thing for Bell.
One, two. Nice gobble there by McClatty. Takes the high hop, throws to first, inning over. Spartans get a rebound run, trail by 2. Election Day in Clemson, although there's not a lot of appreciation there. 10-0 win for softball after 4.5. Took an hour and 22 minutes. I think they played like 1 inning after we started, which is just rude. Clemson now 31-17 overall, just snuck back into multiple top 25 polls after a sweep of Virginia over the weekend. That's 4 straight wins. And headed to Duke, first place team in the conference, to close out the regular season this weekend. Good season for John Rittman's softball team thus far.
That's a nice Tuesday right there. Hour and 15 minutes, hour and a half of work.
Tigers loving it. Tiger Cub loving it. I wonder, and I don't know the answer to this, the Tigers probably over at softball. I mean, does he just turn in, like his work's done, or is he coming over here? Like what? I don't know what happens there.
I think he's on double duty.
I think so.
Think he's double duty. He may get overtime tonight.
You know, at least a couple innings over here to make up for the 2 he didn't have to work over there. Here's Tyler Lichtenberger. Latter third of Clemson's order due up. They've moved some pieces around. Lichtenberger's been pretty well settled in this final third.
Well, you like the athleticism, their bottom 3. Get on base, steal some bags right there. I definitely like what Coach Backus is doing with his bottom half of the order. Trying to make some things happen.
So look at Eric Bakich. Lichtenberger 4 hits in 13 at bats at Virginia over the weekend, and now a full count.
Big pitch here, right here. Lichtenberger try to work a walk. Hemmerling wants to get that first out of the inning.
Foul tip.
He's going to that breaking ball quite a bit. He likes that breaking ball, and it looks like it's a more of a cutter right there.
Yeah, 79 without a lot of tilt on it. He's coming to Kitchen twice with it. That was out over the plate, and it's fouled.
Yeah, and the coaching staff was talking that he's got 3 types of breaking balls: a cutter, slider, and a sweeper. And usually you don't see that 3 typical pitches that are real close in shape.
All 3 are coming at Lichtenberger here. Another payoff pitch. He checked, not in time. Kevin Spivey rings him up. That's back-to-back strikeouts for Hemmerling.
One of the toughest calls in baseball right there. Toughest calls in baseball.
It's a heck of a pitch on 3-2. He buried that breaking ball. He goes fastball and then fastball again out off the plate.
A lot of arm side run right there. A lot of just kept on running off the plate.
Bryce Clavon had a really good weekend against Virginia. Had 3 hits, including a home run on Saturday that helped keep the Tigers in it. His 4th of the year. Had some really nice plays in the outfield too, and he's hit by this pitch. That's 7 times on the year for Bryce.
Well, that's part of his job. Get on base any way he can. I think that's a positive right there. Make some things happen.
Runs in on him. That was a hard foul ball.
Yeah, it was a good swing right there. Just missed it.
And now the first career plate appearance for Talon Bell, pitcher today. In the box, we talked about his prep career. He's a 2-way player. Spent time in the Team USA organization playing the outfield and pitching. There have been lots of stories about how Talon Bell can hit the baseball.
And how far he can hit the baseball, how hard he can hit the baseball. There's no doubt. And he comes from a baseball-rich area, Ovitas or Orlando area. That's really, really high-level baseball.
Yeah, top 50 prospect coming in here, and they're tapping into the second way.
It just tells you what type of athlete he is, that he can both pitch and hit position player at the ACC level. It's impressive.
I often tell people that one of Eric Bakich's highest quality traits as a coach is that he is willing to do basically anything to win a baseball game, including hit the pitcher.
Can't blame him.
No. There's a high strike.
And leading off, possibly not your prototypical leadoff guy.
That's
too,
right.
So he's mixing it up a little bit.
You're never going to run out of options.
Yes.
2 balls and a strike. Big cut. Top hand ripped off the bat from Bell.
It's a good pass right there, right? Aggressive pass, good pass, seeing the baseball. Because it'd be interesting to see, but he probably hasn't had any even live at-bats in practice. Because this time of year, you're not really scrimmaging. You know, sometimes you'll have maybe a pitcher hitter going against each other, some of the arms that maybe haven't thrown as much, and they may be getting some work on a Wednesday if you're not playing on a Wednesday. But it'd be interesting to see how much live work he's actually gotten.
And he thought he walked right there. He did not. 3-2 the count.
All right, a lot going on.
Some jitters,
a lot going on.
Oh, he fouled the pitch off. He's had some throwovers. He's been up there a minute. That's ball 4. Now he takes a walk. He's in the box score as a hitter.
First time.
And that wraps the lineup around for Nate Savoy.
And this is a great example, maybe having your best hitter lead off, right? So I think the Yankees did that a little bit with Judge, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah, so.
You know, a lot of old school baseball people would say, you know, you hit your best hitter third. He gives this one a ride. Right center field on the move, and a catch is made in right center. Long run for Bentley into the gap. Clavon heads for third.
That ball carried, too. That ball carried. I didn't think it was hit as well as it was, but it just kept on carrying. And then you watch the outfielder start running. Then I thought maybe you burned them. Sometimes you can get fooled, balls off the bat.
My quality contact is one of the reasons. I mean, like I say, old school baseball perspective is you hit your best hitter third, you want him in the RBI spot. New school says maybe second.
Yep.
But that does leave open the possibility that somebody's getting more plate appearances than your best hitter.
Yeah, and you can see why you maybe want to lead off your best hitter, because he's going to get the most at-bats, usually should get the most at-bats during the game. Or over the course of the year, he's going to have the most plate appearances.
Boy, he turned on that, did McClatty. Way out front. Walked and scored back in the first. You know, McClatty's got a little bit of that leadoff hitter approach.
He does.
Can go opposite field, sees a lot of pitches.
I like their approach tonight. They're being ultra aggressive, and I think that's exactly what you need on a Tuesday night.
A 3-1 lead. This has been a struggle for Clemson in the last few weeks, hitting with men in scoring position. That one went around the plate. Clavon dancing off third, and just a threat from Lang to get him back.
Right, and I think that's when runners in scoring position, it's one of those coaching points you can't really talk too much about, because then they put more pressure on themselves. And that's the last thing you want to do when they're up at the plate, or even start thinking about that. Just react.
It's really why you preach process more than anything, right? As a head coach, you preach, like, just have a quality at bat, and those hits will come in that situation.
Quality at bat, keep to your routine, you know, do the same thing, so good things will happen.
Fouled back, out of play.
Yeah, Himmerling's going to that breaking ball. When he needs a pitch, he's been going to that breaking ball.
You're used to seeing it right on right, but he's been really comfortable. Talon Bell's been comfortable left on right with the breaking ball, and he's been comfortable right to left.
Yeah, he's really, when you look at his pitch makeup against lefties, he's more fastball, curveball, then changeup. All right, and a lot of times when you have that right on left, it's fastball changeup, but he goes to his breaking ball more than he does his changeup.
Bell will be moving here, and he is. And McClatty rips one, and it's down. Throw in is cut off. Clavon scores. Bell slides at third, and a knock for McClatty to drive in Clemson's 4th run.
2 RBIs. I like 2 out RBIs.
It's another thing Eric Bakich talks about a lot. You can win a lot of categories. You lose 2 out hitting, you're probably losing a ball game, but Clemson scored 1 there.
Yeah, that's a quality swing, too. Really stayed on top of that ball and drove it right back up the middle on line drive. That's a good-looking swing right there.
Also the benefit for McClatty of seeing a lot of pitches as time's called here. There is some work going in the Spartans bullpen.
Yeah, I think this is a good just slow it down right now. I got 2 outs. Let's try to get out of this inning and get back into the offense.
Andrew Coomer, 37 in the bullpen. We were told this would be the run of guys. These are big time arms. They're not just trying to get through 4 right now. They're going to bring on Coomer here.
Yeah, Coomer's one of their guys. They have a lot of confidence in him. He's going to be 92, 94, may tick up just a little bit. Really works off his fastball. I mean, he's almost 70% fastballs. He's got a cutter, 82, 85-ish, sliders, 81, 84. And a lot of these guys on this rotation or this pitching staff, they throw a cutter and a slider, which is interesting. Change 81, 84. So, but this is one of their go-to guys out of the bullpen.
Freshman from Crownsville, Maryland. At this level, you know this, he coached in the Big South for a decade and a half. In this era, in this league, you kind of have to pick from above, you got to pick from below, you got a high school recruit, you got to put it together from everybody in terms of portal and high school, and they've done it with the JUCO ranks and everywhere.
Yeah, you look at their roster, they do a little bit of everything, and a lot of times that's what you have to do, right? Especially if you're a Big South school or a mid-major school, you're still going to have to go with your high school guys, but then you're going to be able to pick and choose with your portal. But then also junior college recruiting is very important. So, and they're heavy on the junior college too. So, but yeah, that's a lot of times where you have to do your makeup of your team when you're building your team as a mid-major.
You see the numbers there for Coomer, at least the bio from Coomer. This is a guy, again, that has been in some high leverage situations for this baseball team very quickly. He got a save back on March 13th against High Point. He struggled a little bit recently, but can work around damage, hang zeros. He pitched 2/3 scoreless at Tennessee. Gave up an earned run at South Carolina, but really worked around some damage there in a 1/3 of an inning. An inning and a 1/3 scoreless at Georgia. So he's not really deterred by the environment or the stakes here tonight.
No, and I think the coaching staff has a lot of confidence in him too. And I think this is also good to have a freshman out there in Clemson, ACC, great environment. This is also going to help him for the future.
Runners at the corner still the problem. McClatty with the RBI single.
Gaffney put a good swing on the pitch his last at bat right there.
Well, he sure did. Only pitch he saw from Hemmerling. He roped it way out of here.
He's got a little juice going on. That first pitch was 94 miles per hour. Got some adrenaline going.
Runner moving. McClatty will take it without a throw. Yeah, it's not coming in soft.
No, it's not. That's a good-looking arm. Very good-looking arm for Upstate.
McClatty with a steal there. It's number 16 on the season. Grounder. Can it sneak through? Diving stop. Runner not stopping. Throw to the plate. Not in time. A 2-run infield single. And that's why you move him to second base right there. Luke Gaffney appreciates the extra RBI, and it's a 3-run frame again for Clemson.
That's a great send by Coach Schnabel. Great send. You want to be aggressive tonight. You're trying to create some momentum, some excitement. Really good send.
Yeah, you know, off the bat, you're thinking if he can keep it in the infield, it saves a run. It turns out it didn't save a run.
And there was no hesitation right there. You watch Coach Schnabel, there was no hesitation right there. You got a plus runner with McCratty, so it was very good send.
Both inherited runners score. Close the book on Himmerling. Damage not done yet because Jacob Jarrell hit a ball to the wall his first time up. And I tell you what, 95 goes further than 88.
It does. You just get the bat headed there in the zone and let the velocity do all the work.
Tough count to be in with this guy in the box with a team high 15 homers. Big cut and a foul. I like how he's challenging him.
He is. They're not backing down at all. Not backing down. And sometimes you see that too, right? A mid-major comes in here and you'll see him maybe back down, but not right now. I think that's a positive, right? Wasn't you know, a little bit of bad luck on that last play right there.
A mile in the air on the infield. And the catch is made and the side is retired. Hageney makes the play. Tigers get 3 more and bust it open. Alan Bell's day is done, and the ball game is now Justin Legurnix. Had a little bit of an up and down year, but you look at the ERA, pretty good. He's been outstanding, particularly in these midweek spots.
Yeah, another really good arm from the left side, 2-1 with 3.38. You know, stuff is electric at times, and I think, again, just trying to get some confidence out of these guys and the pitching staff, come in and get no rebound runs. That's what he's trying to do right here, so it's a good move right here. And I think it's a positive on Bell, too. You get him out, he feels good about himself, so a lot of positives.
Just snacking over there. We love it. You know, he's powering up for his next AB is what he's doing. Trying to swing the bat. You know, most pitchers, they get the attaboys. You go hit the shower, Bubba. Not today for Talon Bell. I hope we get to see him hit again. I really do. I hope they don't take him down and pinch hit. We're not supposed to root, but I root for that kid to get an AB later on in this game. Here's Hageney.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 in the order, due up. Yep. That one goes to the backstop.
So Upstate's just trying to get some momentum here, right? Get a couple guys on, maybe score a couple right here. Don't have to get everything back at once, but they need to regain some momentum.
There's a 1-0 pitch. You know, I was talking about Legurnick. This is his 4th appearance in a midweek. Now, if you go to non-conference, the numbers aren't quite this good, but he's been excellent in 3 midweek stints against Coastal Carolina and Santa Clara, and then Charlotte last week. 6 innings combined. He's given up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Some guys just perform better in different situations, right? Maybe this is like he just feels comfortable on a Tuesday or a Wednesday for some reason. Sometimes you can't explain it, but again, it's another power arm from the left side.
Hageney struck out looking his first time up. Bell's only strikeout in 2 innings. A little tight, ball 4, leadoff walk.
So that was close right there. Good take.
There's a look at it from our center field cam.
Probably a good call.
Yeah, a little
Probably
in.
call, a little in. A little in.
Not a bad frame job there
No,
by
it wasn't.
Carroll.
It wasn't. It just kept on running in on him.
Right-handed swinging Tyler Lang takes a breaking ball strike.
Walked last time at bat right here, just trying to work the count.
Armsy, the leadoff double back in the 2nd, scored the only run. Another leadoff base runner. Snap throw back. They've got him. Thought about a dirt ball read there, did Hageney, and he was mistaken.
Yeah, you just got to go with your first instincts on a dirt ball read. Sometimes you're going to gamble and the catcher's going to pick it cleanly, and just like right there that we did. But you got to go with your first instinct, because usually your first instinct is right. He was in no man's land once he started retreating. But Gerald did a really good job of back picking on that too. He looked right back to the first baseman on that back pick. Good job.
Legurnick, swinging bunt, gets the out. And just like that, in 2 pitches, a very different feeling inning for Justin Legurnick.
Yeah, need to finish this inning off, and you don't have any rebound runs, and that's exactly what the Clemson Tigers needed.
Here's Johnny Sweeney. He was hit by the first pitch he saw. Again, 16 hit by pitches for Sweeney.
I think that baseball likes him.
Oh, yeah. Well, a big swinger like that with all that power, and you know this, teams are going to try to pound him inside.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of moving parts, too, on his swing, too, so you can see that. And he dives in a little bit to the pitch, stays open, then dives in.
Talked about this Sweeney on every watch list you could be on before the season. He averaged a little down at 228 we talked about. Still dealing with the after effects of an injury he suffered late last year, just something that hasn't gone completely away. He's been playing through, and still, when you look at it, 15 extra base hits, 42 walks and hit by pitches coming into the game.
And I think you start looking at his metrics, his exit velocity and his hard contact is leading the team. You know, so something right there, maybe a little bit of luck is involved, or not having any luck, nothing's dropping for him. Sometimes you need that.
2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the edge. Legurnick erases the leadoff walk, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Love it, man. It's a great night to be at the ballpark. Only a few more times that fans get to do it. We talked about when the season gets over, you start counting them down. After this, Clemson's got 6 home games left in the season.
Where does the season go to?
Oh, I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely unbelievable. The things that you get to see in a baseball game or baseball season, and it's just gone. Brad Benton, the third arm for the Spartans. Right-hander from Avon Park, Florida. 7.5 ERA in 16 2/3 innings. 27 hits and walks combined.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see a 3-pitch mix right here. Fastball is gonna be, upper 80s, 89, 91. He has a slider that's 78, 80, and then with a change, 83, 84. But he is a true 3-pitch mix. He's 30%, 36% fastball, 47 slider, and then 18% changeup. So he'll mix it to all 3.
Another heavily used guy out of the Spartans pen. Here's Jason Foltz Jr. Fly out to center, his first time. He's another one that sees a lot of pitches. You can see him being a middle of the order guy as he matures in this Clemson program.
Yeah, as a freshman, he's just getting a lot of great experience, and he's just going to be a mainstay in this lineup for the years to come.
I'll tell you this too, at third base, there have been a couple of shaky moments early, but he's really settled down, and this infield defense has improved dramatically in the last 15 games or so. And his defense at third is a major part of that.
Yeah, and I think if you look at, in my opinion, I think third base is the hardest defensive position on the infield. You have to have great reactions. You have to be quick. You have to have a good arm. It's a really tough position in my opinion.
One, two, big cut. He swung right through a breaking ball. That's a good start for Benton.
His fastball's playing a little bit up too. This
is 80.
Yeah, it's a little slider cutter right there, which a lot of these guys are throwing. A lot of the upstate pitchers are throwing that slider cutter. And Ben's just trying to settle things down right here.
And that one hit him. Jack Crichton trots down to first, again finding a way on base. 5th time he's been hit by a pitch this year. Early hit by pitches. The 3 hit by pitches have seen a combined 4 pitches.
Well, more and more now, teams are working on that. Coaches are working on that. So I think that's really good right there. That's just another piece of your offensive philosophy, another way to get on base. That's what you're trying to do, right? Get on base, score runs.
Here's Lichtenberger, struck out swinging on the 8th pitch he saw from Coomer. Excuse me, from Himmerling back in the second. He faced Himmerling.
The ball's got a little ride on it too, right there. That's another young arm, sophomore, Benton. That's the future is really bright for Upstate.
Little hit and run down the line. That's a fair ball. Waters makes the play. Crichton advances. It's as good as a bunt.
Yes, it is.
Another look at the man in motion.
Good job making contact right there, right? What you're trying to do is just move the runner one base. He did his job. That's a quality at bat.
When you put a hit and run on like that, are you thinking about, is this a guy that's down in the zone? Are you thinking about count? What are the things you're thinking about most when you put that call on?
Well, first of all, he has to be a strike thrower. That when you have a guy on the mound that's effectively wild or wild, really puts your hitter in a tough position. So you want a guy that's pretty consistent around the zone, and you want to try to get in a fastball count. Yeah, so.
Pop-up ends the inning. Tigers way ahead.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, I think Talon Bell, that's a positive for the pitching staff. It's a positive for Talon Bell, positive for Jimmy Bellinger. I think just overall, just a positive outing right there. So I think that's good.
You look back a week ago against Charlotte, you know, Clemson gets 6 runs in the first inning, and it gives a little cushion. I mean, similar to this, you get a 6-1 lead, and there were some low-stress innings in there where they got some guys some work. Boy, look out, Henry Zener. Got buzzed there.
That ball got away from him just a little bit.
A little hard time establishing fastball, and that's 96 coming at you.
Yeah.
Not ideal.
And I think sometimes in those situations as a coach, right, you have a guy out there that you want to get some confidence. 2 really good innings, get him out of there, because what will also happen, you start being, you know, more aggressive. You say, let's get 1 more inning out of him. But if you just stay with a plan like that, and I don't know if that was their plan or not, but, you know, everything was a positive, and he's going to feel good about himself. So I think, you know, it ended up being very well.
Ground ball right at Gaffney, retires Zener. Here's Armsy. He doubled down the third base line into the corner and scored the only run so far for the Spartans. You know, last year, USC Upstate was here for postseason in Clemson's regional and really had some fun adventures here at the ballpark. Really pushed the Tigers,
well,
as a matter of fact.
They had an outstanding year last year. They were by far the top team, one of the top teams in the Big South last year, and they just kept on it through the postseason. And that's good for Kane Sweeney too, being his first year head coach, and I believe it's the first time Upstate made it to a regional last year too, in program history. A lot of good things happening.
They had a rough second game, certainly. Kind of got drubbed there, but they took a 2-0 lead on Clemson. Down 3-2, scored a run in the 8th on a home run. There's a swing and a miss. Jake Armsy goes down.
Well, I think there's a lot of positives going on at USC Upstate right now.
McGurnick just threw it by him.
Right past him. Right past him. But I was saying, you know, their AD, Matt Martin, really good guy. Really going to do big things there. I think it's like his 3rd, maybe 4th year there, but just going to be a positive for that. That department is going to take that department to another level.
Alex Ritzer's first pitch was an F8 in the book.
Yeah, I mentioned this his last at bat. He's on an 8-game hitting streak with a slash line just his last 8 games. 541, 621, 625. It's a pretty good slash line.
Pretty good. I tell you what, if you're getting hits, it doesn't matter. And you know, you talk about ISO power, the difference between slug and your batting average. His ISO power is not great, but when you're hitting that high, who cares?
That's right.
Give me a couple doubles. That's fine. He's in a hitter's count. That's a pretty breaking ball. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that.
Probably take it right there. That's all you can do is take it. That's what you call a pitcher's pitch right there.
Blew it by him. A 1-2-3, 4th inning. First time the Spartans have been sat down in order today. At Doug Kingsmore Stadium as we welcome you back in. Erik Bakich joining his team members, greeting veterans at the ballpark. Everybody gets a handshake. Dylan Harrison, Jackson Moore, with nights off so far. Eston Simpson, guys up in the crowd, shaking hands. They got folks in the outfield as well, making sure every veteran gets a handshake. One of the great traditions in college baseball right there.
Yeah, I think Erik did a great job of putting this in place. And I know we talked about it, got from Jesse Cole of the Bananas, but just a great tradition that they started here.
First pitch upstairs. This is Talon Bell's second plate appearance. He's now the DH. Scored a run. Back on the 2-run single from Luke Gaffney.
He may be getting some at-bats here in the next couple of weeks as the season winds down here, last 4 or 5 weeks of the season, a regular season.
You know, it's interesting. Sometimes with a two-way player, doing your other thing gets you going in your primary thing.
I agree. I agree. Or you put somebody in and a gut feeling and they just take off. And it could be, you know, halfway through the season, 3/4 through the season. Sometimes you just don't know.
You know, Caden Grice is a great example of this from a Clemson standpoint. A couple years ago, he got off to a rough start hitting, and as he started pitching more and better, he started hitting better. Actually, it felt like his pitching got him more comfortable at the plate as Bell takes another walk. There are a couple examples in Clemson softball. Macy Cintron right now in Clemson softball. Pitching a little better in the circle. It's coincided with an uptick in her numbers at the plate.
And maybe it comes down to psychological, right? You're not thinking so much on one position. You're just going out there and you got 2 different jobs you have to do, and maybe that helps people.
Especially right now, if you're Eric Bakich. Jaron Purify still on the shelf, dealing with that hand injury. He's available to run, but not available to take swings or play in the field yet. And so you've sort of got a spot in the lineup that can be in flux.
Yeah, and then when you do get Purify back, it's just a plus. Now you've created some depth.
Nate Savoy takes one in the hand. Not sure he loved that. That's why you wear the armor.
That is.
6 hit by pitch for Savoy. A walk and a hit by pitch. Benton's second inning of work not going as well as the first. He did hit Jack Crichton with 1 out, but he was able to work around it.
Yeah, I think he's trying to overthrow a little bit right now. Get back to where he needs to be, nice and relax. That's what they're trying to do, just relax him right here. Slow things down. We want to slow things down right here.
And Benton, a sophomore, and one of those high school recruits we talked about. Gives his coach the old attaboy. Gives him the pat on the arm. Thanks for coming out.
Good talk. Good talk. Good talk.
Did you ever get that one from a pitcher? You got to make a change out there, and you know what? Thanks for coming out here. Really appreciate it.
There's all different types of conversations you've had, and some you can repeat, and some you can't.
Wyatt Land, the right-hander throwing. Part of the conversation, too, might be, hey, we'd like to dial it in, but let's not get casual about it with McClatty at the plate.
Yeah, you mind getting it out here for me?
Yeah, sure.
Hey.
Any way you can. McClatty's liable to go right through that 6-hole, too. Especially if he gets another one of those pitches away. Been on base twice. You see there, no shortstop.
Yeah, he does have the ability to do that.
Already an RBI with runners in scoring position. A big cut.
And this is where you just don't want to get too big right here, right? You have a chance of getting back on the ropes a little bit. You score a couple more here. You just keep on extending that lead. And that's what they're trying to do right here. They just want to extend the lead.
And there you go. McClatty going the other way. Couldn't keep it fair. McClatty, one of 3 Tigers to reach in each of his first 2 plate appearances. One of them is Talon Bell standing at second base. The other is Luke Gaffney, who's on deck. McClatty. Look what I found on the mound. Boy, oh boy. You heard that hit him square and knocked straight down, and now this will be a conversation for coach and athletic trainer.
Yeah.
Watch this.
That may have got him flush.
I'm not even sure exactly where that hit him.
Maybe the calf?
And I thought the way it sounded, it may have hit him like in his arm somewhere, but that looked like maybe a leg. McClatty essentially bunched the guys over, but it hurt.
Yeah, maybe the shin.
Hit that hard off the bat, 96. One more look at it. You know, right off his leg.
And that ball skipped right off that grass.
He kind of contorted weird, trying to get out of the way of it.
There may be a bruise there tomorrow.
Yeah. You hope he's able to keep going after he makes the play.
Yeah.
So it looks like he is working on that left leg, maybe on the calf.
Well, that's a good job of just collecting yourself and still getting out.
Kane Sweeney back to the dugout. So Nick Hoffman comes out, has a conversation. They get the out, but now second and third with one out for Gaffney, who's already driven in 5 today.
And this is an opportunity to drive in 7, right? You could have a really big day right here. And that's what you do. Just pick up 1. Your mentality is, let's just pick up 1. Third base less than 2, but pick up 1.
You know, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I might be careful here. I know Gerald's on deck, but Gaffney appears to be seeing the ball really well tonight. There is a base open.
That very easily could happen. 5-run lead. Not sure they're going to put another guy on right now, but that very easily could happen. Now he's in a hitter's count, 2-0. I think you're going to probably see a pretty good swing right here.
Yes.
He may try to ambush a fastball right here.
Gaffney already the team leader in RBIs in a game this season.
Got a changeup right there.
Yeah, 2-0 changeup tells me we're going to make him get himself out.
Yeah, I'm sure he has green light right here, too. I think Mr. Gaffney's going to have the green light.
Oh, buddy.
That's a good take. Good take on a 3-0 breaking ball. You're looking for one pitch, one spot, something you can drive out of the ballpark. Good take.
I don't think Benton should throw that again, though.
And back to the changeup.
He's got him really with both off-speed pitches here.
I think those are 2 best changeups he's thrown all night, too.
Now a 3-2. Gaffney's tough to strike out. He puts it in play. It's probably a run. Ball 4 low. What a take.
Yeah, probably sitting on that pitch. If he's throwing it 2-2, the off-speed, and 3-0, he's probably going to throw 3-2 off-speed, too. So he's probably sitting on that pitch right there. He absolutely crushed that ball.
Oh, my God.
Absolutely crushed it.
Unbelievable. Here's Gerald. This is actually Gaffney. Absolutely launches this ball as a 3-run homer. Back in the first. And Gerald steps in now with a chance to do the same. And this could be big.
Yeah, Upstate's got to be careful right here. They really need a ground ball. Get out of this inning.
Now a 2-0 count. Well, he worked his way back from 3-0, but...
And you say they're trying to pitch backwards right here in the middle of Clemson's order right now, pitching a lot backwards.
Here's the 2-0. That's a good breaking ball. More than half of Jacob Gerald's hits this year have gone for extra bases. 39 hits, 20 for 2 or more bags, 15 homers and 5 doubles. You think about it this way, 34 of his 39 hits have been singles or home runs.
How about that?
You know what you're getting, a big cut like that. And now another full count.
Probably gonna see that breaking ball again if you're paying attention from the previous hitters.
It missed in, and a run comes home. Gerald gets an RBI for patience, his 39th of the year. And that extends the lead and keeps the threat where it is. Here comes Kane Sweeney. It may be time for a change, and he's already made the motion. Fourth pitcher of the day for the USC Upstate Spartans is Wyatt Land. You can see him. A lanky right-hander, 6'3", 200. Transferred in from Georgia. So some high major experience. And coming in with quite a job to do. Bases loaded, 1 out here in Clemson. And again, you know, it's a little bit early to talk about this, but you're in the 4th inning. It's a 7-1 game. And if you're Clemson, again, you're trying to rest some guys. You got a conference series coming up. You're trying to get 4 runs as quickly as you can to get into the 7th with a chance to finish off the ball game.
I'm not really sure you're thinking about finishing the ball game off as far as the 10-run rule. You're just trying to keep momentum going, have quality at bats, and create some confidence, right? I think that's the big part of what we're trying to accomplish here with with Clemson right here is keep creating confidence, have good at bats, and that's what you want to see. Now, if you end up scoring 10, 11 runs, that's great. But you're really thinking about just having quality at bats and keeping the momentum going that you've created so far in the first 4 innings.
There's a look at Wyatt Land's numbers. 7 1/3 innings, and he's been touched up a bit. Like a lot of these guys, 1 or 2 rough outings. Actually, his worst outing came in a win at Western Carolina. He gave up a couple earned runs on 3 hits. It's the only time he's given up multiple earned runs in a stint all year.
Yep, 7 1/3 innings. But we're going to see another guy that has a positive fastball, going to be 90, 91 up to 93. 2-seamer that's going to be up 92, 93 with some run. Another slider guy, 77, 76, and an occasional changeup right there. So more of a 4-pitch guy trying to get out of the inning. Need to make a pitch right here for a ground ball.
Made 5 career appearances as a member of the Georgia Bulldogs the last 2 seasons.
Now, if you're probably looking at it, if he's at Georgia, his stuff is probably really good. You know, maybe the command hasn't there, and maybe he won't be able to command his pitches, but I guess the stuff is going to be really good.
I'll tell you this, too. He's done a good job stranding inherited runners. He's inherited 13. He's stranded 10. That's the best ratio on this team.
They just need to pitch to contact right now. What, 6 walks so far this game right now? So I think it's just trying to pitch to contact, be in the zone.
Bases loaded, 1 out for Jason Foltz Jr. And again, they pitch him backwards. He's 0 for 2, fly out strikeout.
When you play Clemson in the midweek, Clemson's going to see a lot of breaking balls. You're going to pitch backwards to these guys.
I know Ron Smith talks about all the time when we do games, and you felt the same. You play a team that's a high major. A lot of times the guy you have that throws 85 with junk nonsense and a weird arm slot is exactly the guy that Clemson never sees.
It's below bat speed, right? How many times you see that lefty that's throwing 82, 83 that has a really good changeup, and sometimes it just, you know, they can't make the adjustment, and that's a lot of times that you'll throw those guys against a high power 4 team.
Jason Foltz has an impeccable eye at the plate, and he's ahead. 2-1. He's got a home run, a triple, and 4 doubles. He tried to make it 2 home runs there.
I will say this, the Clemson Tigers are getting their swings off tonight.
Not getting cheated, that's for sure. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back. Foltz able to hang around. Under the lights here at Doug Kingsmore Stadium.
Beautiful night, as you mentioned earlier. Beautiful night here in Tiger Town.
Awesome. Runners lead at every base. Foul back again. He's timed the last 2 up pretty good.
Yeah, Foltz, he's feeling it right now. He's seeing the ball right now as he's getting his swing off. Really good path to the ball.
Two again. Swing and a miss. What a pitch. Oh, the bottom fell out of that one. Look at that thing tumbled.
That's a tumble. It might just change up almost like maybe a split finger. It had some tumble action to it.
Yeah, that was one I was trying to look at the grip because we hadn't seen that yet.
We have not, no. And it had some tumble action to it.
Jack Crichton, that one way outside. People talk about sometimes the most dangerous out you can get in this situation is a second out because you exhale.
Right, and then you still got the third out, and then you think you're through the inning. We've all been there.
Crichton hit by a pitch his last time up. Again, he's struggled in the last handful of games. Just one hit over that span.
But you watch him, his approach is still good, right? He's not going outside the zone a lot. His approach is still good.
Ball 3 low. And to your point, I mean, he's not striking out a ton. He's got like 1 strikeout a game in that span. Yeah, 1 strikeout a game.
I think if you go back and you look at his quality at bats, though, that's more important than the average and everything, because everybody looks at the average, but it's more about the process and the quality at bats.
Take all the way. Tigers are up 6. Trying to get greedy. Land a chance to really give his team a shot in the arm. Grounder, nice snag by Waters. That's a heck of a play to minimize the damage. A 7-1 lead, but fine defense keeps it there. Three out of 4 offensive frames, left the bases loaded in a 1-run 4th. Be interesting to see how the Spartans approach the 5th here. This feels like a good chance for them to maybe build some momentum after the strikeout and then the ground out to first base. They do, because whenever you're in this situation and you're in the other dugout, you got to create some type of momentum to get you sparked and going, because that's what they need. It may be, you know, the Tigers need to make an error, maybe a couple walks, a hit by here. Somehow you need to get some guys on, maybe get a bloop, and next thing you know, you score a couple here. And it's easier said than done. It'll be 8-9-1 due up. Waters, Lucas, and Bentley. And Justin Legurnick back out there. He's been really good. He's had a battle from behind a couple times, but no hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. I think at the end of the day so far with Bell and Legurnick, it's been positive right now. They just got to keep it going. You know, you can tell that the body language is really good on the mound right now. There's Wiley Waters, grounded to short. Legurnick still firing fastballs in there at 94. Well, never been a problem having stuff. No. Now, since Legurnick has been at Clemson, it's been all about control. And he's had some real high marks where his stuff has just been completely untouchable. Well, I think that was a trend, right? You know, 2-3 years ago, it was all about stuff, right? You just want stuff. Now I think it's going back more towards you want to have command. Now, if you have stuff and command, you got a unicorn right there. So it's special. Swing and a miss. That's 3 straight strikeouts for Legurnik. That's 4 and 2 1/3 for him. That's just see it and hit it fastball right at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, he's 94, almost 2,200 RPMs. Stuff looks good tonight. Crisp.
You think about some of the great performances from Legurnik, as there's a check swing that didn't hold in time for Lucas. And last year he starts at South Carolina, goes 4 shutout innings in a series clinching, sweep clinching win on the road. He goes 2 2/3 with 6 strikeouts in the ACC tournament against North Carolina. Hadn't pitched in a month. Comes out and does that. And even earlier this year, he gets a save against Miami. Absolutely nails in the 9th. Gets a 6-out save against Santa Clara. 3 strikeouts and 4 batters faced against Coastal.
Well, I think that's why you see the coaching staff keeps on running out there, because they've seen glimpses of he does it at a high level, right? You always say if you see it once, you know it's in there. It's just a matter of getting it out there and being consistent with it.
Ball 4, he walks a 9-man Lucas. Second base runner, he's allowed so far both walks. Just 2 hits for the Spartans so far today. They have drawn 3 walks and 1 hit by pitch in the first 2 trips through the batting order.
I think the Clemson pitching staff tonight, though, their stuff has been crisp. It's been really, really good stuff.
Just a little tight.
And again, going into another big conference weekend, they're all big for Clemson coming out, right? The next 4 weekends are all huge for them. So, you know, looking for guys that they're going to be able to put back out there.
It's interesting you start looking at the numbers for Clemson. You're looking at an RPI of 41 today. Some of the numbers, D1 Baseball comes out with their DSR, the Diamond Sports Rating. That's the Tigers at 28, which speaks to the quality of play maybe not matching the resume. Tigers are 1-7 in ACC play in games decided by 3 runs or fewer. And they've squandered a couple opportunities against North Carolina and Virginia that if you just flip those results around, you're looking at a totally different narrative about this team's season.
Baseball's a game of inches. There's such a fine line of having a really good year and an average year, right? And you see that every single weekend in college baseball.
D1 Baseball did come out with an update today. The Tigers in the 4 to watch, which is sort of peripheral teams, not in the first 4 out, but teams that they're monitoring to get in. So again, proximity-wise, you're right. I mean, you win this game, you take a series, heck, go sweep a series this weekend. Things can change that quickly in a heartbeat.
And we've always seen it. You got to get hot at the right times. And I'm sure Coach Backus has talked to the team about all of our goals are still intact, right? And that's the only thing you ask for, is all your goals are still intact. You get a little hot, get a little momentum. Next thing you know, you're probably going to have to win a couple games in the conference tournament. You know, get hot at the end of the year. You just never know what's going to happen.
Bentley watches strike 3. It's another one for Legurnik. That's 5 for him. Now he'll start his second trip through with Hageney. See the runner leading at first. Lucas, the 1-out walk. He's stuck over there.
Yeah, they're probably not going to be running too much now, down by 6.
Got a couple of candidates, with Hageney being one with double-digit steals. Zehner's got 9. He's been in that leadoff spot a lot of the year. They've dropped him down to the middle of the order because of his run production.
Yep. And sometimes you don't want to run yourself into some outs, you know, into the 5th inning right now.
Good pop at the bottom of the zone.
That's a good pitch right there, 95 at the bottom of the zone.
Hageney has struck out and walked today. He was picked off at first base by Gerald. A little wide, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is down low. It gets away. That's ball 4. So a couple of walks here in the inning for Legurnick. He's got 3 of those.
And they just need to settle down right here. Settle down, get out, get back into your offense.
You talked about stuff not being a problem for Legurnick. This is the exact line that stuff brings you. 2 2/3. They've put 2 balls in play. One was a tapper to the pitcher, and the other one was a grounder to the first baseman.
You know, he creates traffic on his own sometimes. You know, to try to minimize that. And sometimes that's hard to do. It's not easy. What these young men are doing here is not easy. It's a hard game, very hard game.
Especially when you're facing hitters like Tyler Lang. He ratchets it up with high leverage situations. 354 with men in scoring position on the season. There's a shot. McClatty scoops. And the inning is over.
Good pitch right there. Good pitch right there.
Legurnick gets out of it. Tigers back to bat in the 5th. Going to Chapman grandstands. The season's winding down. The semester's winding down.
We're probably just around
Clemson.
We're probably exam week coming up
I
here
think
soon,
exams
isn't
are
it?
next week.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary does not look happy about that.
Well, after you get through exams and you're a college baseball player, it's the best time of year. Right? It's almost like you're in minor league baseball. You don't have to do the class thing. You're just baseball 100% of the time. You're with your teammates. It's a great time of year once you get through exams.
I always enjoyed, and I'm not trying to age anybody in here, okay? But I was a student the last couple of years that you were here as an assistant. And I remember I worked a lot of these games in the sports information office, and I remember there's such a freedom and a peace where the semester's over and you have a month of baseball still to play.
Oh.
Clemson's hosting a lot of postseason. I was able to work those and be in a. It really is, to me, it's better in some way. Like when it's packed in here and it's feeling good and there's stakes, it's as good as a football Saturday.
Absolutely, absolutely. You remember those regionals, those super regional games here at Tiger Field, especially 2010, just electric. Or you still remember when Tyler Coven hit the home run, the grand slam to put us up? That's still, that's legendary.
Here's Lichtenberger. A swing and a miss. 0-2. Tigers have hosted each of the first 3 years. Eric Bakich has been here. 2 regionals, 3 regionals, and a super regional.
Well, there's such great support in the postseason.
There's a line drive caught by Waters. Another good play.
Waters is catching everything over there.
He really is.
Gold Glover.
It's a great snag. Ball's hit, 100 off the bat. It's a changeup too, so he had to supply every bit of that.
Yeah, a little down and in, right in his happy zone right there.
Lichtenberger now 0 for 3. Here's Bryce Clavon. Hit by a pitch and scored back in the second inning. To your point about postseason here, it is a great venue for postseason baseball. I think the nation agrees. And when Clemson baseball is going good, it feels right when postseason baseball is being played here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's probably only a handful of venues that you can compare it to.
There's less than a handful of programs that have hosted regionals each of the last 3 years. It's hard to do these days. Ground out to short. There's 2 away. And you talked about Clemson changing its fortunes. I mean, look, this team, we told you, D1 baseball's got them out at the moment, but on the periphery, you go and win a series at Louisville this weekend, you take care of business tonight, you go do that. Depending on what happens around you, you could be right back in the thick of it. I remember back in, I believe it was 2016, where Clemson's got a team that is going to finish the season, not sure if they're going to qualify for the ACC tournament. They sweep at Notre Dame, they win the ACC, and they're hosting at Doug Kingsmore Stadium as a top 8 national seed.
Yeah.
So you're talking about 2 weeks going from not sure you're even going to make the ACC tournament if things go bad in South Bend to we're a top 8 national seed. 2 weekends, that's how long it takes to turn it.
Yeah, and I think that's why baseball is such a mentally grinding sport. And we always talk about as a coach is you just want to stay in the present moment. You can't think about things that happened in the past. You can't think about things that are going to happen in the future. You just need to concentrate on the present, one pitch at a time. I know that's coach talk a lot, but it's so true. It's so true because you're one spark, right? You're one big hit to get the whole thing turned around, and then you're just rolling. Because it's hitting's contagious, pitching's contagious. When you get the momentum, it's a beautiful thing.
Talon Bell's had some good team at-bats. You could tell by his swing on 2-0. The guy wants a hack. It's 2-2 now to Bell with the bases empty and 2 away. Bell has walked twice in this game. And he's in a full count. He's seen 3 balls. In fact, he's seen 4 balls his first 2 times.
Yeah. It would be interesting to ask the coaching staff how many live at-bats he got in practice, because it looks like he's right on every pitch. He's seeing spin, he's seeing fastball, he's seeing location. He's seeing it really well.
Payoff pitch from Land is fouled.
And you just don't get that from BP or in the cage. You just don't get that. So it'd be interesting.
And we called the North Carolina game on Saturday, that 14-inning affair where Bell came in the game in center field. I watched Clemson smash practice, Talon Bell hitting lasers. And I thought, boy, I hope he gets an at-bat today. Popped up. Foul back. He's busting it to first. He's going to have to jog back. I mean, I'm watching Bell take some swings that game, and I'm triple checking my roster.
Who is that guy?
Like, is somebody, did somebody rip their jersey? Hey, how about that? My man tried to get the ball. He couldn't quite reach it. He ends up with it. That's nice. Gives it to the kid.
And we're eating some.
That's what we love.
We're eating some pizza.
Bell comes into that game in the 10th inning to play center field. And I'm thinking he's going to be fine in the field. I just want to see him getting that bat. He got pinch hit for the next time he came up. Another 3-2. Grounded foul.
He's taking good swings. He's taking good swings. That pop-up that he just hit behind home plate, he was right on that pitch.
This will be pitch number 9 of the exchange between Land and Bell. Got him. Land fired up. He's retired 5 in a row and ends it with a tough battle. Spartans dugout after a 1-2-3 inning. First of the game, by the way. And here's the reason why. Watch Land, the reaction here. Gets a swing and a miss. Now we're pumped up and we're staring down. And we're down 6. A little shot in the arm to your ball club there, I guess.
Just trying to get the bench going a little bit.
And I'm okay with it. Look, it was a tough battle. But you should be excited about
made a good pitch.
winning a battle.
Made a good pitch.
See if it translates to offense. As it stands right now, they got to have some good ABs against Clemson. Third pitcher of the day for the Tigers, Noah Samel. Big, tall left-hander. Look at that, 6'7", 245, transfer from Georgia Tech. Has become a little more of a technician in his couple of years at the Clemson program. Has dealt with some injuries over his career, but a solid lefty. Look at the walk strikeout numbers there. Really good control for a guy who came in from Georgia Tech with a reputation for control problems.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's good looking body right there. Really good arm. Going to be upper 90s right here. So really good outing for him. Looking to see really good stuff right here.
Talked about Legurnick. The guy faced 11 batters. Only 3 put a ball in play, gave up no hits.
Yeah, 2 positive outings right now. 2 positive outings.
First pitch from Samel. Boy, that's the old announcer's jinx right there. Guy's got pinpoint command. Hit by pitch. That's just tough. I feel personally attacked by that.
So we're seeing some big lefties, big body lefties tonight.
Well, and once again, that's Sweeney. He's been hit 17 times. Here's Henry Zener.
So his release out front, ball's gonna look like it's gonna be right up on you. So that's probably the fastball's gonna play a tick up too.
Third leadoff base runner of the game for the Spartans. Only got 1 run, but created traffic a couple times, and that only run was the leadoff base runner. Armsy doubled to start the second and scored on the RBI knock from Lucas.
Yeah, that's when you get a little bit of frustration from the coaching staff. That you're getting guys on, just can't get them around and can't score them. But counterpoint is Clemson's doing a good job of minimizing.
It also hurts, and you know this too, I would imagine. You give up 3 in the first, you get 1 back in the second, then you give up 3 more. It's hard to play small ball and just move guys when you've got to bite that big of a chunk.
Yeah, when you got that big a chunk, you're going to have to run a couple balls out of the ballpark.
Samel pours in a strike for the first time.
Yeah, Zener 0 for 2 right now. Needs a good at bat right here. And a hitter's count.
Oh. Hit him. It's back-to-back hit by pitches for Samel. He came in with 2 all year in 11 innings pitched.
Yeah, that ball just got away from him a little bit. Lost his arm on the outer half.
Jimmy Bellinger is going to come out and have a chat. And this is one where there's never a good time to hit people. But when you're up by 6, strikes are really the only thing you need. Even if they get hit a little bit, you're at least making them earn it.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to pitch contact, let your defense play behind you. You know, make some pitches in the zone right there. You don't want to give them a free pass, because that's how they get back in the ball game, right? Free passes, an error here, then they run something out of the ballpark, and next thing you know, it's a 3-run lead or a 4-run lead.
Brendan Bennett is in the bullpen, another lefty. Be 4 straight lefties for the Tigers. Just chuck them all out there. Nick Fresco.
Yeah, it's probably a little short leash right now.
Yeah.
It's not a short leash. They don't want to go too much further than this.
Now, you've seen just about all the lefties that Clemson has. And that one gets away from Gerald. Missed a spot outside, and both runners will advance a base.
Just can't let it speed up on you right here. Just get an out. Just take an out for a run.
Gonna call that a pass ball on Gerald. Second and third, nobody out. Best chance for the Spartans to really cut into this lead.
Yeah, they need to do some damage right here if they get back in this ball game.
Fastball strike. So far, 9 pitches, only 2 in the strike zone for Samuel.
They just need to settle down right here. Settle down. Just try the middle of the plate. Let themselves get themselves out.
Grounder sharp to third. No one moves. 1 away. Nothing Armsy can do about that. He did his job.
Hit the ball hard, right at him.
Tough luck there. I think that ball might have been hit harder than the one that got down the line into the corner.
Maybe right there.
Here comes Eric Bakich. Samuel gets the out. And now the Tigers will head to the bullpen. Again, second and third, 1 out, but that was a big 1 out for Samuel. Because now the bottom third of the order is coming up, and they're going to see a new arm. Eric Bakich will now go to the bullpen. It'll be Brendan Bennett when we return. Guy with really good numbers has minimized damage and gotten strikeouts. That's the biggest thing here. You're looking for a strikeout, you've come to the right place. 19 and 14 innings.
Yeah, and only 9 hits given up in 14. That's really impressive. And again, it's another one of these big body lefties that Clemson is coming out of their bullpen. Plus velocity up to 95 at times, going to be more 92, 93. Slider, curveball, changeup. Slider's going to be 77, anywhere from 77 to 82. Curveball is going to be 75, 76 right there with a changeup. So another good stuff. Has been a guy for him last couple of weeks too. Pitched really well. Numbers really show that.
And Bennett third on the team in inherited runners. He's inherited 12 and stranded 6. So far this year in terms of volume. Only Joe Allen and Ariston Vesey have inherited more than Bennett. And here it's a tough situation here because a ball in play, most anywhere, you're probably going to get a run unless it's hard hit right at somebody like we just saw.
Yeah, but I think in top of the 6th, 1 out, you're going to give up an out for a run right here, right? You know, take the out. You take the out. You're not exactly counting outs right now, but you feel like if you can just, get an out right here and you'll give up a run.
Here's Ritzer. He's a high contact hitter. Found his way into the lineup now 13 times. The starting lineup, he's playing in his 24th game. The average coming in 347. That'll give your coach confidence to keep writing that name in.
No question. Not only 49 at bats, but again, the sample size is not really big, but I think he's got a lot of great hitting ability.
In the dirt, it gets by Gerald, and the wild pitch will lead to a run. The Spartans score there on a spiked breaking ball at 7-2. Sweeney, the leadoff hit by pitch, pays off.
Tough pitch to block right there.
That's the first wild pitch of the year for Brendan Bennett in 14 appearances. Tough time for it.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
Just talked about how big that out is. Now a ball in play anywhere makes it a 2-run inning.
It does, yep.
Zehner standing at third base.
And you're in the upstate dugout. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to put the ball in play. Let's grab this, get this thing to a 4-run lead. And then you're in striking distance. Pick one up here.
Good take by Ritzer there. Fills the count up. Ritzer, a senior from Kirkwood Community College, 5th year. Good swing to stay alive.
Yeah, it was a good job just trying to foul that pitch off right there. I thought it had him. Able to foul tip it right there, stay alive. That's what you want. See another pitch.
Strike 3 called. That is a beauty. Ritzer really had no chance.
Kind of fooled him right there. A little more of a breaking ball, more of a curve ball right there. It's a good looking pitch. Big strikeout right there. Big strikeout.
That's what he's in there to do.
Yep.
There's Waters. Big cut. That fastball jumps. You know, strikeout guy, you're thinking either he's got some wipeout, you know, 1.5-foot slider or sweeper, or he's got 97. But really, it's just a fastball that jumps and misses your barrel.
Yeah, I think his extension is really good too. So the ball plays up a little bit. That, you know, it's 95 and almost 2,500 RPM spin rate right there.
Waters, a native of Vancouver. And multiple Canadians on the roster. Way out in front. How about 95 to 71?
A little differential right there, huh? Holy mackerel.
Waters could have swung twice. Runner still at third. Good scoop by Gerald.
So those pitch profiles are really good. It's different shapes on each one of those breaking balls.
Bennett got a look last year prior to his injury as a midweek starter for a time. Slow roller. Lichtenberger makes the play. Tough scoop coming in.
Made that look easy. Made that look easy. That was a tough play.
As we head to the bottom of the 6th inning, it started. First batter of the game, Nate Savoy doubles. 2 batters later, Luke Gaffney did this, TR.
He got that one right there. He got all of that. That was a really nice looking swing.
3-0 lead for Clemson in the first. In the second, Tristan McClatty, an RBI single, and then his hustle turns an RBI infield hit into a 2-run infield hit.
Absolutely, the hustle, but I'd also give credit to Coach Schnabel right there, to sending him right there. They needed that.
So a 6-1 lead at that point in the second. Both teams have traded a run since, and we sit at 7-2. You see Lucas there with the RBI single, and Gaffney already with 5 RBIs, which is a Clemson season high. And now Juan Reyes, a 6'4" righty, lanky right-hander, the control issues notwithstanding, about a strikeout an inning.
Yeah, another one of these guys is a 5-pitch mix. We've seen that all night with the upstate pitchers. You're going to have fastballs going to be up to 92. You got a cutter, slider, and curveball to go along with a 2-seamer. So they do have an arsenal here.
Reyes facing the top of the order. This is Savoy, the double and the run in the first. He was hit by pitches last time up, and he's been almost grazed twice already by Reyes.
You know, on base twice, that's what you want a leadoff hitter, right? Getting on base, double, a little pop.
We talked about it, an unorthodox move to bring a power bat and a run producer to the leadoff spot, but you look around this lineup, there's nobody you want getting that extra plate appearance more than Nate Savoy.
And you're seeing it right now. We're in the bottom of the 6th right now. He still may have 2 more at-bats.
Well, the bottom of the order has gotten on base too. The last handful of games. He also can still be an RBI machine, as there's a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I think Eric made a really nice move right here. Shaking it up a little bit.
Tristan McClatty in there too. I would imagine the take sign is on after Reyes starts with a 4-pitch walk.
4-pitch walk, yeah. And the other thinking is that he's going to groove one right here. He's just trying to throw a strike.
And he does graze the outside corner, 0-1. If you watch a guy do that, are there certain guys that you're saying, hey, get a hack?
I think it's just, it goes from game to game, pitcher to pitcher. Just kind of I think that's a gut feeling. I think more times than not, I'm probably taking right there, you know.
Especially you got a pitcher who hasn't thrown a strike since he's been in the game.
Yeah,
Maybe it's different middle of his outing.
Yep, absolutely.
Pickoff move over.
And I think if you look at his stats, he's got a tendency high walks. So that probably indicates that you probably really should be taken.
Savoy calls time. He may have something in his eye. Said something to first base umpire Kenneth Fitz. Veteran crew here tonight for a Tuesday. Kenneth Fitz at first and Craig Barron at second. Kevin Spivey at third. Jeremy Dupree behind the plate tonight.
Yeah, those guys have been around a long time.
Off the fist.
I think you call that a jam job.
I think so. Pretty good pitch.
That was a good pitch. Ran right down his hands.
You can already tell from Reyes the control issues are stuff related. It doesn't feel like he's just all over the plate. Kind of like the first 2 pitches to Savoy, the ball's moving a ton.
Yeah. His movement is plus. That's probably what happens. Sometimes the ball just moves so much on him. And that's where you probably, you'll watch the, upstate. They'll probably just sit middle of the plate and let this stuff just run. You're probably not going to be too fine with your plates.
Luke Gaffney's had quite a day. Walked his last time up. It was the least eventful plate appearance of the night so far for him. Transfer from Purdue.
Well, that's what Clemson need. Need a couple guys step up tonight, and you're seeing that.
One count, throw over.
Quick feet.
Pretty good move.
Yeah. You can tell Ray's a really good athlete. That's really quick feet.
Reyes, another junior college kid, Kirkwood Community College. It's been a consistent theme amongst the arms that you've seen tonight.
And that's sometimes you'll see that, you know, some programs like going junior college arms and they go more freshman position players. Get a little more experience on the mound.
Reyes from Burlington, Iowa. One-two pitch. In the air, foul out of play.
Spun off that breaking ball just a little bit. If he stayed on that ball, it probably would have been in right center field gap. Just pulled off that ball just a little bit.
What's interesting about Reyes, he has pitched a lot on the road. His 9 appearances before today, we'll count this one as 10. 8 of them have been on the road. Almost got Savoy at first there. His 2 home appearances, 2 2/3 innings, nothing. He's got 3 walks and a strikeout, but like nothing. And then he's gone on the road and he's gotten beat around a little bit. Interesting home road splits there for him.
That's interesting right there. Because usually more people are more comfortable at home than they're on the road.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
2-2 count. Got Gaffney. That's his first strikeout since March the 1st. 4 appearances without a strikeout for Reyes.
Well, that was a good looking pitch right there. Started in the middle of the plate, just ran off. And that's a slider right there when you're offensively. It's hard. You see it right in the middle of the plate and you don't pick up the spin, you're going to pull right off that ball.
And that is a guy in Luke Gaffney that is notoriously difficult to strike out. Yeah, for the season, Gaffney's only struck out 14 times now in 148 at-bats.
That's outstanding.
Just got back, did Savoy. A couple of close ones there from Reyes.
Quick hop move right there. Quick feet.
Reyes a little bit gimpy, it looked like. Went off the mound, like maybe he landed wrong on that pickoff move. Jacob Jarrell's hitless. Drew a bases loaded walk on a 3-2 pitch in the 4th. High fly ball towering to left center. Lucas makes the play, and Upstate hangs a 0. Latter third of the ball game coming up. Outs to get for the Tigers to pick up win number 26. New pitcher in the game. This is pitcher number 5 after Bennett got him out of a jam with 1 run across in the 6th. It is Drew Titsworth, who is sort of back where his career began. He was a back of the bullpen guy, and then for almost 2 seasons, he's been a member of the starting rotation, but moved to the back end of games starting last week. They liked what he did there, and so
keep him right there.
That's right.
Yeah. We had him starting against Miami a couple, 3 weeks ago. We were there, and I thought he pitched really well there from the starting rotation. But as we know, he's a 4-pitch mix, going to be up to 94. 2-seamers going to be 90, 92. Cutter is going to be 84, 85, and then also a slider going to be 79, 81. But just very competitive out there on the mound.
Titsworth, a couple of saves in his career. He's got a number of wins as a reliever. He started the last 7 games of last season and started in the postseason. In fact, pitched 4 innings of 2-run baseball against USC Upstate on May the 30th. This is actually the 3rd time in his career he's faced Upstate. He got an out against the Spartans back on March the 4th last year in Greenville.
Here we go. There we go. This is what we call a hold, right? He's in a situation he wants a hold.
That's right.
That's what we need. We need a hold or a bridge guy, however you want to talk about.
You know, when the benefit of Titsworth in this spot as Preston Lucas takes ball 1 is that, and you've seen this a number of times among Clemson opponents, and even sometimes from Clemson pitchers themselves. Hayden Simmerson's got the ability to get you 2, 3, 4 innings worth of outs. You look at that North Carolina series, you keep going back to it, that 14-inning game. Clemson goes into that game, and they needed a couple of pitchers to get them through those late innings. Caden Glauber threw 6 shutout innings as the closer for North Carolina.
Right.
It was a game changer.
Yeah, it was a game changer. Yep, they were extend them out a little bit, and that was a game changer.
And so now you add Titsworth to the mix in the back of a game. If you need him to get, for example, I don't know what the plan is tonight, but if you need him to get 9 outs,
he could.
He's more than capable, stretched out to get, to get you to the end of the ball game.
Yeah. I would be surprised they stretch him out to 3 innings tonight, but like you said, he could.
Agreed.
He very easily could. Especially just going on 2 days rest, because you're probably going to use them, on the back end on Friday night.
Fouled back. And he was used on Thursday against Virginia to get a couple of outs. 1 strikeout, his only appearance of the weekend. He did get hot in the bullpen 1 other time. As we said, he made 12 starts in his career. And there's a piping hot fastball for strike 3.
Yeah, it had a little giddy up on him right there. That's a good fastball right there. Really good fastball.
32nd strikeout for Titsworth. Came in with 31 and 26 in the 3rd innings. One thing about Titsworth too, and listen, I've already done it with Samuel, so I want to tread lightly here. 9 walks in 26 in the 3rd innings.
Yeah, strike thrower right there, strike thrower.
I mean, he's right in that happy zone where I know as a coach, you're always looking for that. You get 3 walks per 9.
Yeah.
1 every 3 innings. That's probably a pretty good, and he's 1 out away from getting there.
Absolutely. And if you're a reliever, you probably want a little less than that, especially a back end guy. But he fits that.
Bentley's the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 3. Couldn't hold.
You can tell his stuff is crisp tonight. The Upstate hitters are having a hard time laying off at least the first 2 hitters.
Foul. A lot of deep counts. You commend the hitters on both teams.
Yep.
Really working the count quite a bit today. Very few 3 pitches or less type outs.
Yep, they're competitive at the bat. A lot of competitive at bats tonight.
Ball 3 skips up there and another full count.
You know, Upstate's just trying to get a little spark here. Something they can get them going. You're playing with 9 outs, 8 outs now.
Titsworth unafraid of a full count. He's found himself in full counts a lot this season. And that's one of the things, you know, you're looking at a guy a couple times, you're getting into the 60, 70 pitch mark in the 3rd inning.
You're not able to put somebody away. Looking for somebody to put somebody away.
He's done that a little better. In his career, he did it well as a starter a season ago and has done it at times this year as well. But he really did it well as a freshman when they sort of ramped him up and got him into that back-end type role.
Yeah. And a lot of time they're putting him in the best situation for him to be successful too. And sometimes you're in a situation where you're putting guys in situations that they may not be successful.
There's a one-hopper through the hole. 3rd hit of the day for Upstate. Their first hit since Lucas's RBI single in the 2nd inning. It's been a while.
That was a good at bat right there by Bentley. Fouled a lot of pitches off right there and then took one right in the 6th hole.
One out base runner now. Hageney.
Trying to put a couple base runners together. They haven't had that a lot. Be able to back-to-back base runners and maybe get a hit, bloop, get something started.
When they have gotten multiple base runners, they've done it now 4 times in this game. They've scored half of those innings.
Yeah. Well, you got to give credit to the Clemson pitchers. They're making pitches when they need to with guys on base.
Hageney has yet to put a ball in play. He's struck out once and walked twice.
He is throwing a lot of pitches right now. A lot of pitches. 18 already.
Double play ball would be his best friend here, and he's capable of inducing a ground ball. Eric Bakich talks a lot about the induced vertical break on his fastball. It really jumps, and he can play bottom of the zone with that off speed.
That's getting high tech right there.
You just quote coaches, you sound smart. That's what I've heard. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Hageney over 300 with runners on base. See if he can find a hole here in a 2-strike count. Strike 3 called. He punched him out.
That may have been a little up. Maybe a little up right there. There's a little gift maybe. But made a pitch.
Maybe the best fastball that Titsworth's thrown. 94.
Yeah.
Good life on it.
Almost 2,300 spin rate.
It kind of drops that arm slide, kind of slung it in there.
Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah. Gerald did a good job of catching that ball, too. Kind of brought it back for him.
Tyler Lang is 0 for 2. Walked in the 1st inning. Stranded at 2nd base.
He does like that outer half on those righties. With that, when he drops that slide a little bit. It's tough on him, too. I do like that arm slide a lot.
It allows you to really earn a strike there because the ball's sort of clipping the corner sideways or diagonal across it as opposed to straight down the barrel. Here's 2-1. Lang, a good guy to have at the plate if you're the Spartans. Again, only 3 hits. They're just trying to, had a hard time moving runners. It's been a lot of station to station.
Piece something together.
It's the third 3-ball count of the inning for Titsworth. He's come back in the next 2 and at least made the Spartans swing. Right in there.
Yeah.
Third full count of the inning.
3-2, 2 outs. Base runner's going to start there on the pitch.
He is running. Foul back, just got a piece. It took him 7 pitches to strike out Lucas. Gave up the single to Bentley on 9 pitches, a 5-pitch strikeout of Hageney, and now the 7th pitch due Tyler Lang. Good cut.
Good cut. Now working up in the zone right here, going up and down.
The Spartans just 1 hit today with runners on base. It was the single that snuck through by Lucas in the 2nd. Grounder. Lichtenberger in the hole. Nice snag on the hop by Gaffney. And that's all. A long throw for Lichtenberger.
That's a tough play right there. That's a tough play.
Gaffney's stretch leads us to the 7th inning stretch in Clemson.
That's a good job right there.
We head to the bottom of the 7th. Glad to have you on board. William Qualkenbush, Tom Reginas with you tonight. Clemson a 5-run lead here at Doug Kingsmore Stadium. Home fans looking to go home happy. The Tigers looking for insurance against Max Eichenberger. Another tall right-hander at 6'4", 200. And a guy that's a 4th-year junior. You see the numbers. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of hits, and a high ERA.
Yeah. And another big-body right-hander. And it's interesting. Most of these upstate pitchers are 5-pitch mixes. And another guy with a fastball, going to be 90-92. He's got a cutter and a slider and a curveball, which, again, a lot of these guys in their arsenal all have. And then we'll finish up with a changeup. So it's a 5-pitch mix. They are running some velocity out there too.
Yeah.
Velocity is it's especially for a Big South school like this. It's a really good velocity.
You're talking about 6 guys that have thrown,
Yeah.
91 to 95 at the top.
Yeah, yeah.
96 maybe a couple times.
Yeah, when you got guys going 93, 94 at times, you're in good shape.
Swing and a miss. Jason Foltz is down. Eichenberger rolling into the game with a fury. That's 2 swings and misses back to back.
Yeah, that's a tight slider right there. That's a really tight slider coming right out of the box.
Bouncer toward the middle. Jack Crichton finds the shortstop, throws wide, but they get the tag. Quickly 2 away. Crichton hustling. Not sure what happened there on the throw from Hageney.
We just got him. Tell you, you gotta like Eichenberger's his tempo, right? Gets up there, just goes. A really good tempo. That's really good for your infield, your defense. Stay on their toes right there.
This is smart. Erik Bakich uses an offensive timeout, 2 quick outs, which is something we have not said today. We've had no quick innings as the clock reads. Only a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings. And Erik Bakich sort of pulls the reins here.
But you got to remember, it's a quick game for us. This is a quick game compared to that last game, that 5-hour marathon we had together.
Look, don't tip the baseball gods, okay? We're just at the halfway point of that one. I like you, but I do want to sleep in my bed tonight. Here's Lichtenberger down low. He's 0 for 3. Lined out to the first baseman his last time up. Is a good snag to the glove side by Waters.
Yeah, he's had some good at-bats tonight. You know, doesn't have anything to show for it, but he's got some good at-bats. And that's still a positive.
That is something that coaches see that is hard. And in fact, if you're a fan watching at home, it would be almost impossible. Because even if you watch the game, you go, well, Lichtenberger's had good at-bats. You look at the numbers at the end of the day, you go, well, he's 0 for 3, and then you look at the batting average, you go, ah, okay.
Well,
but as a coach, you got more context to put to them.
You do, you do. And you also, you don't know what each one of them are working on. So they may be working on something. You may see a fly ball to left field right there, but maybe he's really working on the opposite field. So it looks like just an F7, but what he's trying to do, he's really trying to work on the process. So, you know, so a lot of times we don't know what the coaches are working on, what the players working on too. So it may be a positive bat into us or in the box score. It looks like it's not a great at bat. So those are some of the things that you don't know exactly what the player is working on, what the coaches are working on with the players.
Bryce Clavon takes a strike in there. 4-pitch walk of Lichtenberger does extend the inning. Tigers with a 5-run lead. Lichtenberger moving, throw down, he's toast. 2-4 caught stealing. Ends the inning.
Good throw right there. Good release, good transfer, good pitch to throw on.
Lang with a C down to second. arm for the Tigers here. Out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. Maybe you've heard of it. Freshman. This guy has all kinds of ability. Been a little hard contact, which is not uncommon for a freshman. But a lot of strikeout potential in this right arm with his fastball and in his breaking pitches.
Yeah, I think we really like what Eric's doing tonight, getting these guys back out there, trying to get them some confidence. You know, Nelson's got outstanding stuff. It's electric stuff like all these guys we've seen tonight, but it's going to be, you know, 94, 95, may touch a 6 or a 7 with a 2-seamer. Slider's going to be 83, 85, maybe touching 87, and the curveball's 81, 82. But again, I think what he's trying to do is just create some confidence out there, get these guys back out there from the weekend.
Tough part of the order to face, 4, 5, 6. Sweeney, Zener, and Armsy. They've been on a combined 4 times, 3 of them via the hit by pitch. Sweeney's been hit twice today. He struck out back in the 3rd against Lagernick. He was hit by a pitch and scored on a wild pitch back in the 6th inning.
That breaking ball's got some bite on it. It's almost 2,600 RPMs right there. That's some really good spin rate.
Big swing and a miss. There's a 1-2, strike 3 called.
3 really good breaking balls right there.
When Danny Nelson's going good, he's able to spot that in the zone and make it look like this.
Again, hopefully we're creating some confidence tonight with these guys. I think those 95.
It's a tough combination.
It is.
Finally love this guy on the back end of games. And he's doing this, you know, he's throwing that curveball against lefties. And there he hits Zener right in the hip. That's on brand. Second time he's been hit today, the 4th time for these 4 and 5 hitters combined tonight.
They're getting more on base by hit by pitches than anything.
You know, that's actually true. 3 hits, 5 walks. That's not true. 5 walks.
Close.
I think it's 5. Let me count that up real fast.
Yeah, I think 5 walks.
Yep. Here's Jake Armsy. Nice variety of ways to get on base. Here's a strike. The USC Upstate's only scored in 2 innings in this game, but they have gotten base runners in all but 1. So Clemson has had to deal with a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, but they made pitches when they need to make. Now it gets a little frustrating as a coach. You want to probably put them away a little earlier. But again, from Upstate's production, they're getting guys on base. They just haven't been able to get a big hit.
Strike in there. It has really been an issue. I mean, Clemson's pitching numbers are quite good. Even, you know, the ACC are talking about upper 3rd type of pitching staff. But they have had to deal with a lot of base runners. They have let leadoff men on a ton in league play, and it is, I think it's dragged them down a little bit. Made them use some pitches.
Yep. Yeah, you want to get that leadoff guy on, just same pitches, right? You want to, 2 of the first 3 pitches should be strikes. That's what you're going for, right? Same thing, you want to get that leadoff hitter off base.
There's strike 3 swinging for Armsy, and that's 2 punch outs in the inning for Nelson.
I mean, you can see the frustration, you know, with the coaching staff, because this pitching staff has stuff. I mean, it's really good stuff. Really good stuff.
That fastball just 94 seed and hit it, but it's got life on it.
Yep, and the breaking ball's got depth and spin. All these guys tonight. And Upstate also. Upstate, their pitching staff is very impressive with the velocity they're running out there.
And we've seen 12 pitchers tonight. We've been exposed.
We've seen their staff.
Back-to-back curveballs. 0-2. Bell, Legurnick, Samuel, Bennett, Titsworth, and now Nelson for Clemson. Clavon's got a beat on it. Gets there. And the side is retired. One out hit batter stranded, and the Tigers still lead. For Kane Sweeney Spartans is Caden Mackey. Fits the profile, 6'5", 190. Second-year player. Numbers there, a little bit elevated ERA like we've seen. A little more pitch to contact than we've seen too.
Yep. The walks are up a little bit too, but again, just another one of these right-handers that Upstate's green after that profiles another 5-pitch guy. Again, fastball is going to be 91, 93. Cutter, slider, and curveball. Cutter is going to be 84, 87. Sliders 80, 82. Curveball is going to be 82, 84 with a changeup. So again, that's something that you can tell they work on is they want 5-pitch mixes.
The monitor here for the Tigers. You know, we mentioned no hits for Upstate since the second inning when Bentley got a single in the 7th. The Tigers also haven't had, excuse me, a hit since Gaffney's 2-run single in the 2nd.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. They scored a run in the 4th on no hits. 3 walks and a hit batter. But nothing but walks and hit batters since the 7th inning the 2nd inning for Clemson.
Yeah, I think when you go back and look at it, it doesn't feel that way because they've had so many base runners on, but that's exactly what it is.
First pitch bounces to Clavon. He was up at bat when Lichtenberger was caught stealing back in the 7th. And Mackey, the 7th pitcher of the game. Some guys some work. This ball's hammered to left field. Backing is Lucas, and he'll play it off the wall. Clavon's going to have to beat a throw, and he does. Sliding in with a double is Bryce Clavon. His 4th double of the year. He keeps finding extra base hits.
That ball was hit right there. 106 off the bat right there. The exit angle was 20%. So really good swing right there.
Clavon attacking early. You mentioned the aggression that Clemson's had. This was an early decision.
Yep. That was good.
And now an offensive timeout. And Eric Backus trying to set something up. You're up 5, 3 outs to get. This is a great opportunity. You've got Talon Bell at the plate, so maybe you're working on some situational stuff here.
Yeah, you got a couple different options. You can sack bunt, but with a left hand here, you just want to pull the ball to the right side. So you got a couple different options, and that's what maybe Coach Backus may be thinking about, just playing for one right here.
They're going to take down Bell. He goes 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a strikeout. And it'll be Jay Dillard who gets a pinch hit plate appearance. Anderson native, T.O. Hanna High School. We'll see what his job is.
Yep.
He squares and takes low.
Playing for the one right here.
Dillard did not appear in the Virginia series. He started against Charlotte and was 1 for 4. He's got a 3-game hit streak. He lays a bunt down. That's pretty.
Good execution. Good execution right there.
Spartans take care of the out 5-3 as Clavon moves to third. Now Nate Savoy. Small ball opportunity for Dillard. It's a guy who, because of some of the injuries and the inconsistencies of other guys, he was a mainstay in the starting lineup for a long time, and again has kind of found his way back to the bench with the emergence of a guy like Jackson Moore, for example. Fultz at third. And Clavon in the outfield as well. McClatty comes back at second base.
Sometimes that happens, but then we come back and we talk about Savoy in the leadoff spot. Now he's in an RBI situation. It's worked out perfect.
Yeah, great work there by Dillard. Infield is in now for Savoy in a 5-run game, so USC Upstate trying to protect against the run here, and this ball's hit a mile in the air. And the catch is made by Waters, and that is exactly the kind of out that Mackey wanted.
That's a big league fly ball right there, too. That's a good job by Waters right there. Good communication, taking it all the way.
And that is not what Savoy wanted, nor is that what he normally provides in that spot.
You know, you had the inning set up perfectly, double, sack bunt, and you wanted the RBI.
One of the reasons you bunt, though, is that you get 2 chances to get him in. Tristan McClatty's a good candidate. He's got an RBI knock tonight, back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, he's had some good swings all night, too. Trying to work something right back up the middle. Another 2-out RBI.
Shortstop, you can see his head down there at the bottom of your screen. There's a look at the shift. They know he works up the middle. They may not mess with him here, although I'm not sure I want to mess with Gaffney either.
You may be right here. It's probably a good position not to give him something to hit right here.
3-0 from Mackey. And he does miss. He wanted no part of McClatty there. He's going to go right on right with Gaffney. You know, he's got another base open if he'd rather trifle with Gerald. Again, you're dancing in the flames. You do that.
Yeah. I'm not sure you do that right here.
I don't think I would either.
And you're probably not going to throw through either if McClatty steals, too. You don't want to give up get into a 1st and 3rd situation.
Looks like they're going to give him second base unless they throw over like that. It looked like they might because if they're playing the middle infield pretty deep.
Yeah, you don't want
in the middle.
You don't want to give up another run right here.
They are holding McClatty on at first. He fakes a steal, and Gaffney takes a strike. A full night for Gaffney. He did all that damage in 2 innings. 3-run homer, 2-run single.
Well, a lot of the damage was done in the first 3 innings, first 2 innings.
That's right. Yeah, as we said, the Clavon double, the only Tigers hit since Gaffney's single with 2 outs in the 2nd.
And I think you got to give Upstate their pitching staff some credit for that too.
Runner moving. That pitch is way high, and they will surrender second base to McClatty. His second stolen base in a first and third situation today. Hadn't had to slide yet. He's got 2 steals.
That's easy right there.
Oh, yeah. Foul back.
Good pass on that fastball right there. Real good pass.
Looking ahead to the top of the 9th. 8-9-1. Waters, Lucas, and Bentley due up for the Spartans. And they have got quite a bit of work to do. That's if they get this out. Easier said than done. And Gaffney watches strike 3. Well, Gaffney struck out back-to-back times. A filthy breaking ball from Mackey takes us to break before the 9th. Comes in, you know, we were just talking about it. Clemson's up 7-2, and they are sacrificing none of their high leverage arms. It is high leverage guy after high leverage guy coming into this game, and Simerson is maybe the most trustworthy at this juncture of the season for Eric Bakich's club.
Oh, absolutely, and that's when you're in that other dugout and they keep on bringing their guys out there. You know, you're just trying to get on base any way you can. But like you said, Simerson has been one of the most reliable guys out of the bullpen. You know, ERA 3.43, 21 innings, 30 punch outs in 21 innings. And again, I think it's just a matter of when you see his stuff, 4-pitch mix going to be up to 92. The cutter's going to be 84, 85, slider 83, 84, and then, you know, curveball changeup. So that's another 4-pitch mix right there.
This is not a save situation, but Simerson tied for the team lead in saves. Clemson has 3 saves and 6 ACC wins. He has 2 of them.
That tells you a lot right there, right? Tells you a lot. This is one of their guys, and they've been throwing their guys all night. And sometimes you see in midweeks, you'll maybe see some down the line guys get some more experience, but not tonight.
There's Ariston Veazey warming in the bullpen as well. So if they need somebody else, they go heavier. Veazey has been lights out of late. I'm sure Eric Bakich would like to save him for Friday night. Clemson will head to Louisville for 3. Coming up, what is quite a large series against a Louisville team that's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, well, I think their last 4 series, we're going to say that every week. You know, going into our midweek, another big weekend. So I think you're exactly right. Tell you, in the sleeper of the bunch, maybe Boston College.
Yeah, really good team.
Yeah.
With Todd Interdonato's got them playing great.
Oh, just like he did at Wofford. I think I saw this past weekend they scored, or they stole 11 bases in one inning against Duke.
Yeah, is that all?
That's it. Is that good?
That's good. Like a 3-pitch strikeout from Simerson. wipeout breaking ball. And the conversion there at first. Spartans, meanwhile, they'll go on the road and take on Samford. A rare weekend off the Big South ledger to go face a Southern Conference team.
They got their bye. There's 2 bye weekends in the Big South play, and their both bye weekends are towards the end of the year. Actually, their last weekend of the year is another bye weekend.
It's after they play Clemson again.
Yeah, yeah. So that could be a good thing, right? So it's a non-conference, so you can set your pitching up exactly how you want it for the conference tournament.
Slow tapper. Lichtenberger. That's a nice transfer there. These teams will face off again in 3 weeks at Fifth Third Park in Spartanburg. Neutral site game. Be the last midweek game for both clubs.
It's another nice new park too, right there in Spartanburg.
Trey Bentley, the last hope for the Spartans. Bentley singled back in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 4. Singled right through the left side. That hole he hit it through is still there. In the air. Clavon settles. Should do it. Will do it. The Tigers get the win tonight. 7-2 over USC Upstate. TR, they did all their damage early that they needed to do.
They did, but I think the biggest thing is they created confidence, right? I think both from an offensive and pitching-wise, guys came in and did their job. So I think you can work off this going into the weekend, which we talked about. It's a big weekend for the Tigers.
Always great to work with a fantastic crew here in Clemson. For Jerry Thomas, our producer. For Tom Reginas, I'm William Quaggabush saying so long from Tiger Town tonight. A 7-2 victory. Tigers, first of 3, set for 6 o'clock on Friday night at Louisville. And we thank you for watching, and we hope you'll join us next time right here on ACC Network.